Hello, Wilson Serrano here. A bit sweaty. Might need to open for some cooling off. I hope you're all doing good. Good. Let me just check this one. Yes. So I wanted to make something different. I normally make melodies, right? Um, so I wanted to kind of share what I've made. It's an old tune which has not been released. It was actually made back in 2020 when I sent in my stuff to an awesome dude called Steve Marks for a demo drop in the beginning when I began making music again. Uh, I'll just find it here. You should be able to you see the mouse here, right? Uh, uh, this is the one, right? Uh, uh, bum, bum. So I have different places set up to record, so I'm not sure if it goes through in this one. So, let, and I'll filter it out from this one. So I'll try have a, but fix it on the way, as they say, right? So, so this was the one of the old melodies. Older melodies I made. I haven't actually released anything. Many, there's kind of when I make a melody, right? There are two or three ways I do it. Sometimes it's inspiration that just comes and then I make the tune and the melody comes first normally. Um, or I'm just having fun with the melody and see where it goes, right? Um, and sometimes it's just an old project like this one. Uh, and my sound has gotten a bit stronger. Let's say that. Um, so that's why I thought I wanted to make or take you along because I needed to remake the melody. Uh, it's this one, right? Um, I opened a new project. The melody is basically this. But to make it a bit more, give it a bit more groove, I am fiddling around with a lot of rhythm, and I made this one. Where you can see the pointer here, I can zoom in. I'm not sure where to put it fully. Maybe here instead. And sometimes a melody doesn't work, and then I'll just scrap it for later or do nothing because sometimes it's just about being creative. Oh, well, let's see here. So I have this rhythm. That's basically it, right? And I wanted to do here on the have the same melody, remake the melody from earlier, like the one you heard before, right? So doing this recording, I might record it quite a lot, and it will sound a bit like the same. So if I'm able to cut through to make it a bit more compressed, and then not that repetitive for one that doesn't make music, because it can seem like a bit much to listen to a melody quite a lot. um, Let me just see. Yeah. Ba, 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 ba. Uh, Oh, that's wrong. Hold on. I'll just have to do like this. Du, 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 du. This one is down here. I'm not sure if this should. Sometimes it doesn't work. But now I haven't done this before, so with this melody, so you are with me on a trip. So if it sucks, it does. It sucks. Then no worries. Let me just see here. Hold on. Hmm. And sometimes I'm wondering what to do with if it should make it more move a bit more. I mean, quite a lot of melodies that hasn't been released or anything, right? So, well, that's how it goes. Because sometimes it's just having fun, right? And feeling the melody, and in the end, it's there. In some ways, not every time. This should be done. Hold on. Da, da, da. There. Mm, 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 mm. I'm not sure about the melody, so I'll look on the original projects. This was it. Hold on. No, 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 no. It's pretty da 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 da. In the melody, right? You can see if you see the pointer here. Oops. So maybe I'll just, like the chefs in TV, right? Like when they put in, when like we cheated a little, and they already made the dish, and the dish is done, right? Um, so let's see if we could do that here as well, in a way. Do 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 do. And there it is. Maybe I'll turn it up a bit. Mm. Du- 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 du. Du- 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 du. And sometimes the melody doesn't work. So, but like sometimes it's just I just need to. For me, sometimes, right, the music production can also be a therapy because sometimes the mind races one way and the other, right? So that's not always that fun, but that's how it goes, right? Uh, and I had some sort of correction tool, I think. So let's just check the original project. Was this one? Rack. This one. New. Okay, so let's just hold on. Switching. Hold on. Let me just see the new one. Oh, that's the old one. This one. That sounds a bit off, so I'll have to figure out what to do with that. Oh, this is better. This is better. Mm, uh, and sometimes I just have to simplify it because sometimes I just cannot hear what it will what it if I could speak right what it would went what what it would end up as. And sometimes I'll just have to keep it a bit more simple and have fewer lines and then bury it after the first this note and this one and this one makes a bit more sense. So this is actually a bit better. Uh, da, 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 da. And now we copy this one. Let's just minimize this one because I cannot see what I'm doing here. Yes, this one, right? And when I make a melody, I sometimes has something to need to look at something. If you follow the arrow, right, the here, um, I need to be able to see it to be sure that I use the correct keys here. It's simpler. If it's an old melody, right, I need to remake. Then I mostly copy the chords because that's simpler. And most times when with old melodies, right, they work. Though the sound I have now, it's a bit more powerful. It's a bit more raw or progressive and more uplifting. So I need to update some of my old stuff, and this one hasn't been released yet. So it was actually quite a nice way to work with it and share it with you all, even if it doesn't get released or anything. Ouch. That's when it sounds. Uh, mm, da, 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 da. Nej. Oh ja. Mm, mm, mm. How does this sound? This is how does this sound then? Hold on, this one, this part. This is better. This is better. And if I look weird sometimes, it's because I need to practice a bit more the speaking thing. I'm actually more or less like an introvert, but with many things like music and production and all that, I sometimes forget that I'm introvert. That's also why you sometimes see me on streams going and all this weird stuff, right? And even if I say I don't sing, it's some when I'm on Twitch visiting some. I visited Neuhafen, DJ Neuhafen on Twitch some time ago, and I said I didn't sing, but sometimes it ends up that I do it anyway. But it's all fun and game. Fun. It's good. And we need it. Da, 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 da. Oh, sorry. So now I do like this. Ba, 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 ba. Da, 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 da. This is the. Is this one the one? The. Well, I like it. It's important that I like it first myself. So, excuse me. Sorry. And it's basically the same on the next part. Let me see here. And I will move this one over a bit. Let me just see here. And as a style, I just sometimes copy. Sorry, windy. I sometimes copy. That's sometimes faster. Because most of I'll just take the bass line first. This is the one. This is one, and this one goes down. Like this, right? It goes down. Which one is this? Hold on. But sometimes Danish sentences words come. Danish words. Sorry. Sometimes they just filter in. And is this the one? And I need to make a down here. Hold on. This is good. This is the first half. I think. Mhm. Is this strong enough though? Because sometimes I listen. I am a perfectionist, but some, like when I release stuff, right? Sometimes I just when I'm working on a project and I just keep twisting and turning and twisting and turning and all those small details that no one hears anyway. Um, I just sometimes decide just to let it go, send for the label and distribution and all that, and then I can. The funny thing though is when I have sent a track for distribution, right? Then it's somehow it doesn't disappear. I love my work. I love making music. I love making melodies. Though sometimes it just disappears, and then when I'm inspired for something new, it uh, it's sometimes like it has disappeared. Then when it's release day, sometimes it's far many months into the future. So I need to plan it a bit more productively, is if that's a word. I'm not sure. Ba-bum-ba-ba-ba-ba. Du-du-du. Du-du-du-du. Du-du-du-du-du. Mm-mm-mm. Oh, that's wrong. Mm. Yes, so this part here, we already made that. So let's move. Let's just fill it up a bit. Hold on. Do 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 do. Oh, oopsie, oopsie, oopsie. I'll just move it a bit, and then I'll delete it when it's done, right? And this one we just copy because that's simpler to work with. Copy this one and boom, boom. Yes, and all the buttons, yes. Like I say sometimes. Yes, all the buttons. Da 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 da. I'm not sure if that's the right key. I just need to check that because I'm not sure. I'll just go to the original project, which is here. Ba-da-ba-bam. Oh, it goes down the bass instead, so that's why. Hmm. That's why. Okay, it makes more perfect sense if uh, uh, that's sometimes we just say some random stuff, right? Um, but like I say, sometimes when there's people involved, it's a bit more fun. Though, oops, all those buttons once more. So hold on. Da, 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 da. So now we need to make this variant in the new rhythm. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. So I need to put it down. Da, da, da. Da, 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 da. this melody I actually made one time when I was in the town or getting a drink, because I was at some event, right? Spoke to a girl, but well, I went home without ever talking to her again. That's fine. It stung a little, but then I went home and made it. Sorry, I went home and made a melody, but um, so for me sometimes it's therapy to just sometimes it's therapy, but this didn't sound like therapy. Uh, da, 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 na, na. This is the one. Da, da, da. This one is good. This is good. Um, da 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 da. Um, and people who know me know that I'm sometimes a bit weird, but better be weird uh, than so much else, right? So. Da, da, da. Da, da, da. This one. Da, da, da. Da. And I think this is returning to the original melody in the end here. Da, 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 da. This one, right? Da, da. Mm, 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 mm. Sorry. Mm, 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 mm. Yes, I think that's actually it. So now the fun part, right? So let's hear it. And I'm not sure this one will be released, but who knows, right? Um, I have sometimes stuff just if I get inspired by something else and I don't write it down, then I know it's there, and I should remember, right? And then disappears for a moment, but just behind the one ear, and I forget all about it, right? So memory is a weird thing sometimes. It can. It's actually quite complex, the melody here. So it could be that it needs to be less complex. That's sometimes the case. But uh, using this as an example, let's keep it this way, right? So then we need some kick. Ba, 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 ba. And I need to make sure it's the same bass line, right? So I copy this one again, copy, and I go to the uh, you cannot see where I'm pointing, but you know on the screen the arrow, right? Sorry. Let me just see again. The bass line is here. Here. And where did my one synth go? Hold on. Hmm. That's the one, yes. Sorry. So let's check here. It's actually quite dreamy. So now it's about that bass, right? So that could be the bass if I wanted, right? So I collect melodies in one project sometimes because I just like to have fun and experiment and make a lot of melodies. Like when you could see this project, there's some more experiments and just a recording and MIDI and all that just to see what works. And sometimes it doesn't, and then that's all right. Anyway, I just need to see the bass line. Hold on 1 second here. So now I copy the bass line or just the rhythm, right, here. And just to be sure that I get the correct chords, the pattern I copied earlier, this one on the screen. And yes, that one, I need to update it. So it's if I could speak and it wasn't a bit late on the day. So let's put on some bass. So this isn't the chord that matches, but you can hear that clearly, right? So if we go and look on the project I have here, it's not this one. That's not the note we need. It's this one. Well, you cannot see I push, but that's the MIDI keyboard. But just to keep it consistent, right? Da, 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 da. So let's do it like this. There. And just to make sure that I don't F it up, do something weird, I just copy and copy, 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 and copy, 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 and like this, right? So when we might done that, it sounds like this. So that so those chords are actually the same. And the next part, I think all they are similar. Oh, it goes up because it's a bit lifts up a bit more. So let's so this is the one. Plum plum. Sorry. Hold on. Momentary break. Hold on. So now we have the melody. To make it fill up a bit more space, the melody, yeah, melody. I bring up a different synth, a lead sound, a bit more clear, right? So it sounds like this instead. And I just need to turn down the one of this elites. Hold on. I think this one is too loud. Hold on. Just need to. I can show you here. Hold on. Like this here. You can see. Well, it doesn't matter if it goes on the red here. Here, for some reason. I'm not that technical, but if it sounds good and it works right, then that's no problem. But the thing is, this one is a bit too loud. But as you can see, the elements of this is the bass, right? And this is the kick. Um, it still doesn't sound louder, so I actually think this is all right. So one thing I mostly do with every bass is that to give it a bit more snap and a bit more tight feel, I have, let me find it here, besides the booster of the project itself and the side, you or short, I also have something called sidechain. That's a different story, but that's something that makes them makes the tune flow and the kick cut through basically. Um, it makes like it's pumping a bit more. Uh, but what I meant was to make the bass line a bit clearer and to make sure all the more frequencies are covered. I also mostly make always a copy of the bass, but at one scale higher. So instead of this one, I add. It's only almost not audible, but it makes it clearer and fills more room in the tune itself. And in the end, well, in this case, sometimes I make percussion with sample packs, and sometimes I make them manually, like dotting in every what do you say, the every MIDI note, right? That's different from time to time. We need I found a hi-hat, right? And it's not right to the right, but in the middle, right? And a clap, and also to give it a bit more groove. So basically, when I make a melody, that's the way I do it. I either it's from an old project from earlier, because many of my older projects, which I haven't finished, from back in 2000, some of the first projects was from back in 2004 or three, I think, when I started with using Reason as my music production software. Um, so back then, I have projects for back then. So one or two of the first release tunes was actually a new, more fresh version of those older tunes. And right now, more of them of my tunes, I want to re-release them because at the time when I made them, my sound was a different place than it is now. So that's basically it. Like melody and well, we can if you have any suggestions with the stuff I can do, going through the tunes and all that, I need to get the proper rights and all that to make sure that I can. But this tune hasn't been released, so anyway, it doesn't matter. If it will get released at some point, we can continue and work further on with this project if you wish. Um, it was called, the original name was Amore, I think, like a love, you know. I'm kind of an introverted dude, so sometimes it's not well, in my early days, it took time to open up to other people, and I have a close circle of friends still. Talk to them from time to time, but we have moved apart, so that's what time does. No worries. But that's basically it. From this is very fast, but if you have suggestions with what I can make, because I could go further on with this one, just let me know. Write me a DM or comment in the way you seem the best. And that's it. Thanks for joining in or watching or whatever this will end up as. You stay safe and have a great day. And we need to stop this too. Stop. Oh, stop.